What is up, YouTube? It's your girl Evelyn, and today I am bringing you my top 5 lesbian documentaries. So sit back, enjoy the video, and there will be light spoilers, so proceed with caution.
Allegations were made that 4 young women had gang raped these 2 little girls.
My attorney said that I would lose. Nobody wants to go against a child.
The whole scenario sounds like a porn movie, a man's version of what women do in their spare time.
Southwest of Salem, the story of the San Antonio Four is a riveting and absolutely heartbreaking documentary about 4 young Latina women who were wrongfully convicted of raping 2 little girls in the 90s. The film, in real time, documents their attempt to prove their innocence and regain their freedom after spending almost 20 years behind bars. Prior to watching this film, I had never heard of this case, but I was floored by the blatant bigotry these women faced in the 90s. It is crystal clear that they were convicted solely because they were low-income lesbians of color without anyone to fight for them. If you're a fan of true crime shows like Serial or Making a Murderer, this is a doc you should definitely check out. The filmmaker pulls you into the investigation, and you're literally on the edge of your seat until the final ruling. You can catch Southwest of Salem on Tubi and Amazon Prime.
Our standard 1-bedroom, and it has a balcony. We have not had any same-sex couples, but we do have family members that are.
If there was, would they be accepted? Because we are a couple.
It's no secret that Ryan Murphy loves his lesbians. So much so that he brought us one of the most adorable, true-life lesbian love stories to date. A Secret Love is about Pat and Terry, 2 women who hid their 65-year-long relationship from their families, even though they were living together the whole time. The documentary is part history lesson, part family drama, and part romance. But what I found most captivating was its depiction of the reality of growing old alongside your partner and the difficult decisions that come with that reality. A Secret Love is a bittersweet documentary that charms its way into your heart, and you might even find yourself shedding a tear or 2. If that sounds like your cup of tea, you can catch it streaming on Netflix.
Oh, you're too pretty to be a stud, or you just pretending.
Anything that's out of the heterosexual state of mind, that's an issue.
A lot of people don't accept bisexuality in the gay community. They don't understand it.
If you want some dick and you wanna, just be that.
If you're doing this thing, own it.
You said it like I committed a crime, like I murdered somebody because I slept with a guy.
The Same Difference is a documentary that holds a magnifying glass up to the discrimination within the lesbian community. It's extremely provocative and not always politically correct, as it dives into polarizing issues like stud-on-stud relationships, biphobia, internalized homophobia, and the differences between the white lesbian community and the black lesbian community in regards to gender roles and gender norms. It is honestly impressive how much discourse this documentary manages to stuff into its hour and 18-minute long runtime, and when it ended, I just wanted more. The Same Difference is structured in a fun and easy-to-watch way, and it's a film I would recommend to anyone. It's currently available to stream on Canopy, you just need a library card.
When I was very young, I don't think I ever saw any lesbians in film or popular culture, only in books.
It was around the same time that I wanted to become a filmmaker that I was discovering this alternate sexuality, which brings me to this documentary and being an old gay.
Dykes Camera Action is a must-watch film for anyone who loves queer lady cinema. The documentary is essentially a history lesson of lesbians in film, starting with classics like The Children's Hour and The Killing of Sister George, and ending with The L Word. We also get some interesting stories from filmmakers like Cheryl Dunn and Rose Cherchet about the difficulties they faced in creating, or trying to create, queer stories for the big screen. Dykes Camera Action is definitely a doc aimed at movie buffs interested in how and why the queer lady cinema landscape looks the way it looks today and what it might look like going forward. Dykes Camera Action is an enjoyable, informative doc, and it's currently available to rent or purchase on iTunes.
I remember turning around on stage and I almost started crying when that guy just yelled out for me to not stop. They gave me a standing ovation, but I had zero sense that that show was going to change my life.
Out of all the documentaries I've watched, I 100% did not expect this one to be my favorite. Tig is an intimate and surprisingly moving documentary about the life of comedian Tig Notaro. We follow along as Tig battles major health complications while coping with grief, heartbreak, and career insecurity, while still somehow maintaining her sense of humor. And the documentary takes us so many places. One second we're in the middle of a rom-com, the next we're on the verge of tears after receiving devastating news, and the next we're cracking up in the middle of one of Tig's sets. When I tell you this documentary is an absolute joy to watch, I mean it. And for those of you who are L-Word Gen Q fans, you might recognize Tig's love interest. If you're looking for an inspiring doc that will make you laugh as hard as it'll make you cry, you can catch Tig on Netflix. Out in the Night is another true crime documentary, this one about the New Jersey Four, a group of queer women who defended themselves against a violent man and were subsequently tried and convicted as a gang of lesbian killers. That's it for the list. If you want more recs for the week, make sure to check out my reviews of The Feels, The Neon Demon, Game Girls, and The Aggressives over on Patreon. And a special shout out to my newest patron, Emoji That Girl. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to drop your favorite lesbian documentary in the comments, and I'll see you next week.